Hi, boys and girls. Today, for your math for your online day, you are going to be making arrays. And so, I wanted to show you a couple of things about that. So, first of all, the first few slides, in fact, the first 4 slides of your math today, are just examples. So, it's talking about what an array is. Then the next one talks about how an array has rows and columns. Like rows go across, columns go up and down, remember? And so I put the word example because this is just an example. Here's another way. It's telling you it's 4 rows of 5. And then the example is that it's 20, count by fives. And then the last one is modeling arrays. Again, this model would mean what is your multiplication sentence? So if you have 4 rows of 5, it's basically the same as saying 4 times 5. You got 4 rows 5 times, okay? Or 5 rows 4 times, okay? And it equals 20. So then what it wants you to do for your homework, I want you to do, is on the next slide, starting on slide 5, you're going to tell me what the multiplication array for this one is. So all you have to do is basically look, okay, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 boxes, and I've got 4 boxes going on 3 rows. So it would be 4 times 3, and then I would get my answer. Or I could say, wow, going down my columns, I've got 3 boxes, but I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 columns. So I could be 3 times 4. Either way, you should come up with the same answer. So you're just going to type in here. See where it highlights blue? You're going to type in your answers here, and then the product, which is the answer here. Okay, so you're going to do that same thing for a couple of the slides. And if you look, it just changes. It just wants, I want to know how many do you have across and how many do you have down. And that's going to be your multiplication problem. Okay. Then after you do that, you come to slide 11 and it says now you're going to make a model. And it tells you the directions here. It says, to insert a table to model an array, you click the Insert button, then you choose Table, you drag your cursor over the grid and click to choose the amount of rows and columns, and then you can change the line and the color. So I wanted to show you how you do that. So first of all, starting on slide 12, you're going to create an array. So do you see how it says 4 times 2? So how you create it is you go up to the word insert, which is right here where my arrow is pointing or my hand is pointing. You click insert, and then you go down to the word table. Here's the word table. So when I go over here, if you'll notice, there are numbers that are right by the table. The numbers tell you how many in your row you're going to have. So this one has 2 times 1. Now, this has 2 times 2. That means there's 2 in the row and 2 in the column. So remember, I need 4 by 2. Once I see that it says 4 by 2, I click my enter button, okay? And it will give me this little box that looks like this, okay? And I'm going to make my box bigger just so it fills up this section. And I want it to be a little bit more colorful. So what I have to do is there's all these little things up here. It says fill color, border weight. So border color means the color around the boxes and the lines. So I'm going to go up here and just click black, and I'm making my black. So now do you see how I have a black lines that show my 4 boxes times 2 boxes, okay? So I'm making my array. I can also go up here, and if I want to fill the color in, let's say I choose red. Ooh, look at that. All my boxes are created. Now, my lines are really thin, and even though I click on a border color, if I go right next door to border color, it says border weight. That means that you can make the boxes super thick. So I'm going to do 8 times. Ooh, look at that. Look at how thick they are. That's all I have to do. And I've filled out my array of my model. Now, again, showing you with this one, I would go up to Insert, go all the way down to the word Table, and I would go here till I got a 4 by 4. So do you see the numbers? They're filling in 4, 4 times 3, there's 4 times 2, 4 times 3, 4 by 4. Once I get a 4 by 4, exactly what that says, I click enter, it'll put it on my screen, and then I can play around with the color, I can play around with the thickness, anything like that. So that's what you're going to do for each of those other slides. All right, so that's what you have to do. You also have your writing prompt, you have working on your animal report, and I put some information in Google Classroom. Remember that I put the websites that you can click on, and I also put the questions to answer to fill out your slides. I put both of those at the top of Google Classroom under animal report or animal websites. So click on those. You have science today to watch a video and answer questions. And then you have the math here. All right, and then going on going on iReady Reading and iReady Math. All right, have a great day. See you tomorrow. Bye, guys.